I reached out to Becca, and that was a mistake.
It's gonna be hard for me to move on.
If decision day was tomorrow, you might be feeling like it's a no.
I would be feeling like I have insufficient data.
Happy 1 month anniversary.
Last week on Married at First Sight, viewers were left with a lot of questions about what happened with Austin and the producer. Becca said she had a conversation with him about it, but it didn't go how she wanted.
Have you talked to Austin?
I talked to him this morning, but like I was expecting to hear an apology, and it was him saying like he doesn't understand why he can't have our producer as a friend and me as a wife. And
He doesn't get it.
No, I don't want anything to do with people like that because I've worked hard enough. Like I have definitely had those toxic traits in relationships in the past. Like I have gaslit people, I have been controlling, and like I did the work to not be that again.
Absolutely.
And I can't be in a relationship with someone who hasn't done that work.
No, it's just sad, but
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, and it's time that we move on.
Austin also opened up to his roommate about what happened with Becca.
And after decision day, I went out with the producer. I didn't think it was a big deal at the time, but Becca found out, and I lied to her, and it was a mistake. The worst day I've experienced in 10 years. It was, yeah.
He shared about the conversation they had and said that it didn't end well.
She felt like I should have taken that time to think about everything and think about all the events and my actions and all this stuff.
I mean, do you feel like you were doing that? I feel like that's exactly what you were doing.
I wasn't. I just disconnected. And I guess she came into our conversation basically expecting an apology immediately, and when it didn't start out that way.
It didn't,
yeah.
like the
it didn't go anywhere.
All dropped, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, as a girl, I probably would have assumed the same thing, I think. So
Have you seen her since?
Nope.
After Emily's tumultuous relationship and split from Brennan, she's looking forward to the future, and she has no regrets.
This is the end of Emily and Brennan, and then kind of the start of Emily happened here in the past week. So I think it's just has come full circle. Why are you getting emotional? I don't know, because I've been emotional all week. But I mean, this has brought a lot of different perspectives.
Stop fighting the fight, it's already been won.
It's just really time to get my life back in order and just start the new beginning after this.
As for Brennan, he addressed how he asked Emily to delete some of her diary cams.
And I saw one that was just her just unloading on me and just talking a whole bunch of about me. And I was just like, is it possible you could delete this? Because it's kind of up.
Yeah.
She accused me of being controlling and all the. If you're gonna come at me with these baseless accusations, then, we're really just not meant to be in each other's lives. So that's that,
I bet you thought you'd seen the last of Lauren and Orion, but surprise, they're back. And weirdly enough, it seems like Orion might be wondering if he could rekindle things with her.
But do you want to be more than friends?
I have been thinking about that.
Okay, so that means yes.
I'm kind of on board to have the uncomfortable conversation. Because I don't want to leave things unresolved. I think that would, honestly, be a huge benefit, just to talk about all of it. And so there's not anything either one of us is hanging on to.
Things ended on a tense note last episode for Cameron and Claire, and now he's really popping off, saying that he feels like she manipulated him throughout the season.
Watching Claire kind of be Emily's puppet master.
Where everything Emily was doing was being coordinated by Claire, and it all clicked for me that had been my entire marriage. And
every step of the way, Claire had lied to me to try and get some type of reaction out of me. I'm now very glad
that I'm divorcing Claire. And frankly, I really have no intentions of ever speaking to her again.
Chloe has a heart of gold and knows what she wants in life. She opened up to Michael about how she one day wants to have an animal sanctuary, and she also wants to foster 5 kids.
How many foster children are in this dream of yours?
Probably, you know, maybe 5 at a time.
5 at a time.
And the older kids. I'm not looking for the little kids. Little kids tend to be pretty easy to place. I'm looking for the older kiddos that are a little more challenging because they typically come with some behavior issues that might be tough to navigate. I would love middle school, high school kiddos.
Middle school, high school,
Yeah.
okay.
But Michael seems a bit overwhelmed at the idea of having both an animal sanctuary and fostering multiple kids at the same time.
I'm concerned that our passion for fostering children and having an animal sanctuary are on significantly different levels. For me, I'd imagine 5 would be quite the endeavor, but in terms of where we're at, I don't feel like it'd be appropriate necessarily for me to press on that because right now I just want to understand her vision. You know, and then once we get closer and once we start marching towards a future, then we can have the conversations when they're more appropriate. Prior to you, I hadn't conceptualized being on a farm, you know, pursuing foster children or anything like that. It had never crossed my mind, to be honest with you.
Well, you know, it's a lot to take in, but I would love to do that. You know that I just want to make these dreams a reality.
He also says he doesn't want to move in together full time after the show, which seemed to concern Chloe.
Do you think it'll still feel like we're actually married? Or do you think this is an opportunity for us to fizzle out if we don't move in together right away?
I do think it's something to consider.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm worried about. I would, for a frame of reference, I would use like when you took time off.
Yeah.
For most people, they'd be like, what the For me, that was like, no, that is what we need to stay as engaged as we want to be when we're in each other's presence.
They also had a conversation about decision day, and Michael's answer was not what Chloe was hoping to hear.
What I would need to say yes is just feel like that we've not only solidified and created an emotional connection, which I think we did, but we've sustained it and progressed it to a degree, not just where I would say like, I want to continue dating you because it's not dating, you know, but that I want to continue in this marriage, which I think is like a significant level up. That's what I would say I need.
I think I might be kind of hearing a little bit that if decision day was tomorrow, you might be feeling like it's a no.
I would be feeling like I have insufficient data.
Keep being honest about that. Happy 1 month anniversary.